Hi, I'm James.
Hi, I'm Larissa.
And I'm Pete. Today we are reflecting on our first ever gig.
One of the reasons why we wanted to put on a show is we want to bring our sessions offline through the same lens that we curate our live sessions.
Their motto is made with love by visual storytellers, music makers, and lovers. That's you guys.
We've got some footage, and I haven't actually seen a lot of this, / I don't know a heap of how this was done. So I'm actually excited to see how we put this together.
Welcome to the first baked event. Come with me. So I'm going to show you my ticket booth. Check this out. Hey. It's like an infomercial. I can fit. No?
Hello. Pete's been working tirelessly in the shop to build all these things together. A little while ago, we actually filmed a session in here with Kat Edwards, and after that, we were like, right, gonna do a gig here. Up here, Larry?
Yeah. There was something so special about treating an artist performance the same way you would a film, which is giving it your full attention. It showed how much we've gotten so used to being somewhere and ignoring everything around us.
We also got to play our sessions on a cinema screen. We didn't edit them on anything bigger than a laptop screen. So that's the biggest that we've ever seen them.
It was huge.
It was massive.
Everyone's faces were like 3 meters tall. Hi! My brain is a bit of a mush because all the tickets and guest lists are alphabetized, which when you're dyslexic is extra hard. So just doing final ticket adjustments, got to do a last minute run to Officeworks.
Get this one done, then you and I can do the merch test.
It might be doing it remotely and then getting them to do it.
No, yours is fine.
I've had conversations with promoters and agents from other countries that one of the things that they often look at is live footage and live sessions from whether or not they want to work with an act.
It's a great tool to see someone live without having to go to a show, but seeing them in a live context.
Digging into how we put on a show, we want it to feel really magical, so it has to feel really tactile.
We could see people's faces getting a ticket stub, walking into the cinema, and you're like, great, that's it.
That was the one thing that I really enjoyed about doing the box office at the beginning.
You've got all these people and there's intermission times between the music. I saw heaps of people talking that definitely didn't come together.
Friends through music.
Literally, yeah.
It's live music. There's just nothing better, right? That's why we're here.
We get to curate the space, but then we also promote it to the community, getting people interested in an artist that they've never heard of before. And that's a lot easier to do if it's not you promoting yourself. I took the posters and walked into shops all around Yarraville. Everyone was appreciative and happy to have the poster in their window. People were excited to see a poster because we're in areas where we want to bring live music to. It hasn't had this type of tactile live music treatment for a while.
25, another lap around the same sun.
JoshCashman, another alumni of that Burke Street busking scene. That's how I fell into music. There was a bit of trust and rapport there.
How do you feel about people eating popcorn as you play?
Man, I expect popcorn and a choc top.
Yeah.
And then for the support acts, MadiColvileWalker, is an incredible upcoming country-leaning songwriter. KeanuJai, who just come off the back of being part of Unearthed High last year.
Yeah, do you think because it's a movie theatre, people are going to be a different kind of audience?
Oh, I'm so excited about that. Tonight, we're seated. We're in a cinema. We're in what are we going to do?
Offline.
Phones in. That is such a good idea. Everybody's going to be so present and in the moment. And that's the way it should be when it comes to watching music.
Tell me about the box, Larissa.
The first version I made too small. So this is the second iteration. This beautiful illustration is by Sebastian White. Do you want it this way? Can you do ta-da hand?
Ta-da!
You get a little note and it says, "Dear writer, keep for supporting live music. We're all friends through music, even if we haven't met yet. This swanky case is designed for your phone during the performances, allowing you to disconnect and enjoy the moment. Our sessions are crafted with care by a talented group of visual storytellers working in the music industry. Consider taking home a deluxe baked candle to remember the good times." Yes, we are plugging the merchandise.
And what smell is that candle?
Tobacco and patchouli.
I haven't really thought about it till now, but tobacco and patchouli is quite a musician combination.
Aromatherapy pairs with your favorite tunes while all supporting our mission to champion original music and unique musical experiences. Ta-da!
We put one on
Every single chair. So when you're in the show, take it out, And what I've done here is I've put my phone in here just so we can show. But essentially during the show,
Me? You show the others.
you just slot that right in,
Yeah.
and then you're offline.
And we can pretend like it's 1990 something.
When iPhones didn't exist.
Or 2000 and something, which is what fashion is today. These are very delightful.
I did notice during the show, people were on their phone.
Yeah.
So it worked.
It did work.
Yeah.
I loved seeing how much the artists really enjoyed
Oh.
the process.
Josh came up and said congratulations, and it's really nice when an artist recognizes the work that goes behind the scenes.
So maybe I'll start with like the key sound.
A movie theater like this, putting in a standard PA doesn't quite work because of how high the people at the top are.
Oh.
So you have to put in what's called a line array, which means you have speakers on top of each other to aim on angles, so the people at the top get the same amount of noise that the people at the very front do. Put regular stacks there, you get blast at the front, and you'd have no treble up at the top. You'd just have kind of whatever extra sound was bouncing around.
Problem solving we had to do was inside the room, there is already a little stage.
So we needed to build a stage that would fit over the top of that. But also, we didn't have a lot of space because there's a projection screen right behind this curtain.
It was very deliberate to have the curtain be the backdrop that they're performing in front of.
Yeah.
So we also knew that we could light the curtain and really bring the fabric to life.
This is a great textural thing. It would be a very different experience if you had an artist playing and then the actual cinema screen was being used.
We couldn't get light onto the artist without that light hitting the screen.
The kind of music that we put on, songwriter focused, and they're talking about their music. Your eye should just be drawn to the artist. The screen would have been distracting. If it was like, electronic or ambient soundscapes, that could be amazing.
There's something about the curtain that gives it a certain aesthetic and warmth.
There are more people that were involved in this process that aren't on screen. This kind of show and experience was a great opportunity to showcase what they're doing.
There's a generation of people that are music fans that have never been to a gig.
We want you to see music and feel music the way that we experience music.
Just being able to be on a stage and share my creations with others. It brings people together in a way and into the same room, like a bunch of different strangers here to kind of celebrate the same thing, which is to hear music, to hear art, to be around those moments together,